Hi and welcome to another video from the Intelligent Auto channel. Today we have this 2019 VW Caddy. It is a 2-litre diesel, it's a Euro 6 and the customer complaint is that the engine management light intermittently comes off and on. He's had the faults cleared in the past and he says it will come back on eventually. Just plugged into the car, and the fault codes that we've got are all relating to NOx sensor. You have a P229E, NOx sensor bank 1, sensor 2 circuit, P22A7, NOx sensor heater sensor bank 1, sensor circuit range of performance, and a U029E, lost communication with NOx sensor B. So we're going to have a look at this to see what we can find. I have a particular way of testing NOx sensors, which we'll go through as part of the video. While I've got your attention, I would just like to ask you all a favour. I've been nominated for an award at this year's Auto Mechanik in Birmingham. The award is for Auto Mechanic of the Year. I'll put a link in the description. It would be great if you guys could get down there, click the link and vote for not just me but the garage to see if we can win that award. As I say, there'll be a link in the description if you can just go down there to basically tick a box, put your name in and submit the vote. Thanks. Right, now back to the diagnosis. What I found with when you're monitoring NOx sensor issues, or Adblue issues should we say, EOBD is sometimes the best platform to use. Reason being is the live data is the same for every vehicle, whereas the manufacturer data seems to be a bit well, the usual manufacturer data. They call the simplest things the most weird things, should we say, so you can sometimes scroll through streams and streams of live data on the manufacturer data and actually not find what you're actually looking for. But with EOBD, it's the same on every vehicle. So if we go for NOx sensor, I don't know if it's going to classed as 1 or 2. As I say, this vehicle is only fitted with 1 NOx sensor, even though the fault's coming up with a NOx sensor 2. We'll just select them. You can see not supported, not supported, not supported. So it's bank 1, sensor 1 on EOBD, even though on the dealer side of the diagnostic it says sensor 2. So as you can see, the NOx concentration, that's a default value, 65535. It's just basically, that's what it'll always say until the sensor comes online. So NOx sensor concentration bank 1, sensor 1, so we'll get rid of all the rest of the stuff. NOx sensor concentration bank 1, sensor 1, get rid of that, 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 get rid of that. I'll just come out of it. Now for NOx sensors to work, or for the Adblue system to activate, the engine temperature has to be up to operating temp. So we'll have a look at engine coolant temperature. I just don't know if we can get any exhaust temps on this. The exhaust temps as well. So let's press spell exhaust without 2 E's. There we go, back 1 bit. And finally we're NOx, which is still selected. Clear that off there. Okay. See, exhaust temperature is 72 degrees, not quite operating temperature. Bank 1, sensor 1 sitting at 20 degrees. Will that? Yeah, that's online. All the exhaust temps are reading okay, and then we've got the NOx sensor concentration at the bottom. So let's road test it and see where this goes, see if that NOx sensor comes online. So as you can see, exhaust temps are all up there. Engine coolant temperature is now at operating temperature, 89 degrees, and the NOx sensor still hasn't come online. Also as well, I've just seen engine lights eventually come on as well. So we'll check those fault codes when we get back to the workshop. We're back in the workshop now. Let's see what these fault codes. We're in AOBD mode at the minute, so we'll read what that's come up with. Lost communication with NOx sensor B, lost communication with NOx sensor B. We'll go back into the manufacturer specific side of things. In the manufacturer specific, same fault, U029E, lost communications with NOx sensor B. I know some of the more observant of you are going to say that that screen's upside down. It's because it's on a little CF19 tablet. I've got the screen flipped up and I've got it hanging off the cross brace. But what it does prove to us is that we have actually got CAN communication to that NOx sensor, because we've got CAN high and CAN low there. Now what also I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unplug that sensor, because the CAN communication could be communication coming from the sensor onto the network, but it's not going anywhere because we've got a broken wire somewhere, or it could be communication coming from the network to the sensor. So the only way to prove that is to unplug the sensor. There we go. So I've got the plug off now. Let's plug all my probes out. There we go. So the oscilloscope is only plugged into the connector. So what that proves is that we have got communication, so the network is intact to the sensor, because we've got CAN at the plug without the sensor connected. So it proves that the loss of communication is down to this, the NOx sensor processor, as opposed to a problem with the wiring or further up in the network. So I'm going to call a NOx sensor on this vehicle. We'll ring up VW, get a price for it, give the customer a quote, and see if he wants to go ahead and have that replaced. So that is the correct way to test a NOx sensor. Right, so the sensor's been replaced, as you can see. So I'm just going to clear the faults, and then right, you can see that figure is what we were seeing before, which is the default figure when the when the NOx sensor is not online. So you start that up, it doesn't change. It will start changing once the engine temperature gets up to temperature, the exhaust temperatures get up to temperature. The NOx sensor should then come online, and then we should start seeing a reading here, which then relates to real world basically, which will be quite a small amount, sort of like under 100 ppm, maybe over, just slightly over 100 when we accelerate. So we'll let it warm up and get it on road test and see what it does. As you can see there, it's actually started doing a regen. But if you look at the NOx values now, right down there, 70 odd, doing 60 miles an hour or so. So showing that the NOx sensor is now online, working. Exhaust temps are normal. PPM reading, set it idle at the minute, 20 to 30 parts per million. Pick the revs up. That'll increase. Doing exactly what it should do. Let's go check for faults. No faults detected. Right, I'm calling that a fix. NOx sensor's working now. It's monitoring NOx. So sum this one up now. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this one interesting. It was just a quickie on how I test to see if a NOx sensor's working. The same principles apply to not just Volkswagens but all manufacturers, and as I say, I use EOBD because it's the same menu on every manufacturer. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've got something from it. Please don't forget to go on to the description, click on the link for voting for the Auto Mechanik Garage Awards. As I say, I've been nominated for Auto Mechanik of the Year. My name's on the list at the bottom, Gary Wood, Intelligent Auto. Tick the box, enter your name and submit your vote. It would be appreciated. The awards are on the 7th of June, I believe. It's a Wednesday. I'm going to go down to Auto Mechanik that day, spend the day down there, and then go to the awards ceremony on the evening. So I'll update you on how I get on with that. So see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.